Hello, gorgeous souls. This is Suze from Crowfire Talk. I do apologise. There's a dog barking in the background. I'm not sure it's going to be caught on thing. I'm in the summer house to do the second one in the series, in the little mini series of Know Thyself tools for self-discovery and things. And oh god, there's another dog started now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. They're obviously upset about something. um so threw me a bit. Hang on, let me settle again, let me ground. So yeah, so I'm in the summer house, which is part, I've got lots of spiritual stuff in here. I've got crystals and bits and pieces, but I've also got lots of wood and lots of stuff that I do creative projects with. I've got stuff everywhere, so it's yeah, lots of material, all sorts of things going on in here. Anyway, so the part two is going to be on oracle cards, but I'm going to it's going to be very specific. So obviously any oracle cards that you would want to work with are going to work in the same way as the ones that I use, but you do need a set that isn't necessarily what I would, it's probably a wrong word, but I would say as fluffy. You need something with depth. You need something that's got a really good foundational teaching part in. And the ones that I picked up, my very first set of cards, and I think I've discussed this in the past, uh, you know, were the medicine cards. Let me just I've got to think, my brain is firing off in all directions and that dog is really bugging me. Yeah, there's an introductory video for this little mini series which explains what I'm talking about, whereas each episode, I've called them part one and part two, but I suppose they should be episodes, but are on individual things. But the introduction one will give you an overview of what it is I'm trying to say. So this set of oracle cards for me, and they're not tarot, they are oracle. Tarot interested me, but it didn't hold me in the same way. Now tarot would be a great thing to use like this because you do the journey of the Fool and you come back round and you can just constantly do the journey of the Fool, and it would work beautifully and does work beautifully for a lot of people. But for me, it didn't hold me. But I was very much into the energy of animals and how they held messages for us. And so my first set of cards was the medicine cards by David Carson and Jamie Sams. This is the second edition they did with added cards. The first edition was a red book, and it had less number of cards in. I can't exactly remember now the amount and the cards that were added. I just can't remember. But anyway, so that was my first set. Now, Jamie Sams did her set of cards, and when I got these and I started working with them, I read up that she had a set of cards. Now I've told this story before on a previous video, where I got really excited when I found out that she'd done a set of cards that were based in Lakota Sioux teachings. And obviously I'm not Native American, and obviously we've got a lot of stuff about cultural appropriation now. I can't even say the word. But to me, the teachings are universal from, you know, so many diverse knowledges. They can hold true even if you are not born into that culture or that way. And my sort of belief is that we probably have been in other lifetimes. So I, you know, I was drawn to these cards, then I was dragged. Well, not drag, no, drag's the wrong word, because I wasn't dragged, because I couldn't wait to go. So I was rushing ahead, in fact, to get the Sacred Path cards. And the little story that goes with them is that I went to our local bookshop to get them. I went to the shelves and I perused the shelves and I found the workbook. So this goes with the cards, but it's an extra book that came, you know, you get a book with the cards, but this was like a workbook to really work through the cards and the teachings and apply them and work with them. So so I found this and the cards were nowhere. So I went up to the counter. I said, I definitely want this book, but I want the cards, and you know, do you have them? And they said no, they're out of print. And there is that they are doing a print run now. So I was really excited. So I said, well, I'll take the book, and can I have the cards? So they put me down. They said they'd be in touch when the cards came in, and I delved into this book. And I was with my husband, I think, at the time when I bought this book, and we were going for a pub lunch, and I sat in the pub and I was opening it and I was just going, oh my god, this, and just reading, you know, some of it was just like making so much sense to me. And you know, like I say, I don't know, I wasn't brought up around Native American people. I don't know their traditions, their ways, but when I was reading, I was like, but I totally understand that. I get that. I felt like something inside of me came awake. It was truly amazing. Anyway, I waited for weeks and weeks and weeks. The cards, no one rang me about it. So I went into the shop and they said, oh no, they're still doing the print run. I was like, oh, okay. So then I waited again, more and more weeks, and went in again, no. Then I waited again, and then I rung, no. And by this time, I'd, you know, read this over and over and over again. I was so devastated not to have the cards in my hands, but I'd already learnt so much. And my wise husband said to me, well, it's perfectly fine that you've got to wait for them, because they're being specifically made for you. And I said, what do you mean they're just doing a print run? He said, yeah, they're doing a print run, but in that print run is your specific cards, because once they, you know, they're put on a plane, and then they come to England, and then they're distributed to the shops. Your set will go to the Camberley branch, I think it was Ottica's at the time, and that, you know, they're literally yours. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, there is a set, although they might be making thousands of sets, there's one specific set that are actually mine. And then I got them, and oh my god, I already knew them. I could already feel the energies. And with the cards came this beautiful book. And this book is just stunning. It's just amazing. So what she does is she gives you the teaching. So she gives you the teaching, literally goes through the teaching, and that can be a couple of good pages. And then she gives you the application. I learned so much, honestly. And my first thread rune is Kinaz, which is a rune of creative, but it's a rune of knowledge and grasping knowledge and wanting them, drinking in this knowledge. And I just blossomed with them. These, I would say, these are my foundation, which seems strange for a native UK person to say about a Lakota Sioux set of cards. I mean, that seems just bizarre, and it seems like it doesn't fit and all of that, but they are my foundation. They'll always be my foundation. I'll always be grateful for the challenges they brought, the growth they brought, the understanding they brought, the epiphanies, they were just amazing for me. And what is lovely about these two sets of cards is you can use them in combination. And in the workbook is a lovely, couple of really fabulous spreads that I have used over and over and over and over and over again. And one is the TP spread, which you use both sets of cards. Well, you can use just either. But using both the sets is just amazing. And let me find it. Here we go. This is the TP spread. And basically what it is a past position, a present position, future. I always call future possibilities. I don't like the word future. It doesn't make sense to me because everything can change in an instant. So I like future possibilities. And that sets, see, even with this, I admire, I love her and everything for these cards. I'll always be so grateful. But even in this, although she's the expert, which she is, I knew that I could change that wording there to future possibilities. For me, that then makes sense. So then the next cards are the structure needed. Then the medicine to call upon is the 5th position. And if you're using two sets of cards, the 13th, so the 5th and 13th. Then the 6th is prayers being answered. The 7th is the unexpected challenge. And then at the top is the path of victory. And it just, this spread, I've tried other spreads. I've tried the Celtic cross that most people use with like the tarot. It's a basic fabulous spread, and it is. This one, it's never failed me ever. If I don't know what to do, I come to this one. I even now put the runes on this one. So actually now I do the medicine cards, the sacred path cards, and a rune. So I have 3 in those positions, and it's just perfect. The other spread that really worked well for me was the Morning Star spread, and I used to do that literally every morning, as it says. Where is it? The Morning Star spread. So the Morning Star spread sets us in motion to acknowledge the tone of each new day. We are advised of all the blessings, challenges, gifts, and lessons of each new sunrise. We are greeted by the morning star and grandfather sun, and are shown how we can best approach daily activity. And the layout is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the top. Now, I've got a couple of things to say about this, because as I'm reading that out, we're saying grandfather son, and now with my northern tradition with the runes, we see the sun as Suna, and it's a feminine energy, Suna's chariot, and the moon is seen as Mani's chariot, a masculine energy. But in a lot of Native American teachings, it's the moon is seen as the feminine, and even in Western magical, witchcraft, we see the triple aspect of the moon, mother, maiden, crone. So again, it's like the moon is female, receptive, because it is the yin energy. Yang is the male. I keep saying male, masculine energies. So when I started with the northern tradition, I had a bit of a tweak with, oh God, I don't know where I'm going with that, because it's conflicting with my foundation, because this was my foundation. But that spread, honestly. So the first position is card 1 is the keynote lesson for the day. So I used to do those, and I would follow that keynote lesson. What was it showing me? What was it telling me? What did I need to look for within the day to find the lesson? Sometimes the lesson is hidden, under layers and layers, and you have to really delve in there. But the card gave you the key, the to look. That, cards are brilliant for this. Didn't bring any water, and now my throat's going. Card 2 shows the blessings we may be thankful for all day long. So you can keep bringing yourself back to that for that, the blessings of that day. And again, you look at the card's energy and what it's showing you, and follow that. Then card 3 is the challenge. And obviously all these link together, that the thread holds all of them. Then card 4 is the morning star's gift to you. And then 5 is grandfather's son's gift to you. Number 6 is the gift you can share with the world today. So, that you have that understanding of what is there from that card, and then connect it with the energies of that day, how it's working, and then you can present your gift that you can share with everyone, and that. So that spread and the other one was fantastic. There's a couple of other really good ones, the Soaring Eagle spread, and I used that one not so much. Not so much. I used it periodically for when I wanted to look at something deeper. So the Soaring Eagle spread was designed to allow our spirits to join with the essence of the soaring eagle in order to see the eagle's eye, all that we need to know in our quest for personal freedom. So that one I didn't use as much. First card is the lesson in the here and now. Second is your heart's desire. Third is what you need to learn. Personal challenges 4. Shows how to conquer that challenge 5. 6 is the limitation you have created. 7th card shows you how to remove the limitation. And then the 8th card is the freedom to be gained. And 9th card is the eagle's gift to you. I love that that's 9. That really connects in with with the northern traditions. I've not ever done that with the runes, but I think I shall be doing that with the runes later, because that is very interesting for me. The next one was always a one to use here and there. The Pathfinder spread is like 6 cards, and it's the Pathfinder is the person who has the courage to explore possibilities and go where other less bold spirits dare not tread. The wolf is the medicine guardian of those who seek out the lonely places and make the way safe for others to follow. This spread acts as the wolf and shows us the truth in our paths, as well as how to avoid the pitfalls. First card denotes where you are in the present path. Second speaks of the next safe step. The third is the challenge that can make your path steep or rocky. Fourth card teaches you how to avoid the pitfall of the challenge. Fifth card is the wolf's gift or teaching about this trail. And the sixth card is the discovery you will find at the trail's end. So another lovely spread. And then the next one is the Dream Weaver. So it's all about your dreams and stuff. And the first card represents the common thread in your dreams. Second is your heart's unspoken desire. Third reflects your hidden feelings. Fourth is your hidden talent reflected in the dream. Fifth is the dream that is emerging. Sixth is the lesson the dream is sending you. Seventh card is the dream catcher, which will filter the negative out of your dreams and leave you with the medicine. And then the vision maker. I'm not gonna read. Oh no, that's the last one. I will read it because it is the last one. So the first card is the medicine the vision brings you. The second is the lesson the vision carries. The third card is the challenge to manifest the vision. Fourth card is the solution to the challenge. The fifth is the action needed to bring the vision into being. The sixth card is the medicine you need to assist you in the outcome. The seventh card is the victory gift of the outcome. Now, these just worked for me because I could read the teaching and gain the deeper aspect of the understanding of what the card is saying. That's what I mean. If you know, you can use other cards, other oracle cards to do this work, and you need to use other oracle cards if these don't speak to you, because that is completely pointless, using a set of cards that don't speak to your soul, and you won't really get much from them. You need something that really can, like I say, give you that foundational energy and that deeper level of understanding. These worked for me. They really worked for me. So I would do the TP spread fairly often. If I suddenly came up against, oh, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's happening? Then I would do that. But the morning star spread I did for years as my first thing in the morning. I would go to work knowing my cards. I would come home and go through my cards again, because I'd leave them. So I'd do the spread. I'd leave the cards out at home. And then I would come home and I would check them and I would see, you know, and sometimes you couldn't, well, sometimes the day was so busy, I didn't have the chance for a contemplative moment or to see what was going on around me. So it would take me coming home and relaxing and looking and then going, that's why that happened today. That's why I felt like that. That's why I was angry. That's why that person was like this, that, you know, or it just gave me a way of being. I didn't use the cards to run my life. I didn't like, oh, I've got to do my cards to see if I can go to the shops tomorrow. I respected them. I did it from a deep place within me. It wasn't a shallow practice. It was definitely a deep practice. and still is, because I'm mostly using runes now, but you know, I still use cards, different oracle cards and things. I don't do the practice the same, so I don't do cards or a spread like that every morning now. And looking at them and connecting with the books and the cards again as I'm doing this video, I'm like, oh, maybe I should. I can feel the excitement bubbling up. I can, you know, but it was a foundational part for me. So we don't always have to carry on with the same practice. Sometimes we do. Sometimes it runs right through our path, and that's absolutely fine. But often it doesn't, and often it drops off and something else comes in, and we move, you know, because we're growing, we're shifting, we're changing. That's the whole point of doing this, that we know we're, you know, moving. I'm not saying I'm past these cards. I'm not saying that I'm there now and I don't need them. That's definitely not true. They would still do exactly the same for me, but they don't hold me. No, hold me is not the right word. I don't know what the word is, to be honest. The foundation's there, and it's not crumbling, so I don't need to do that foundation. You know, you don't if you're building foundations for a building, you don't just keep building them. You don't, you know, oh well, let's make it a bit bigger, let's keep going, because otherwise the building never appears. It's just a foundation going up and up and up. So you don't see, you know, but sometimes you might need to go in and just fit, you know, the foundation's been there a long time. You might have to, you know, step in and do a little bit of repair work or something, or, you know, that could be the case. So I don't use them as much as I did. I do use them if I give a reading to someone else. I've tried using other cards. I've got excited about other cards. I've bought deck after deck after deck because I love the artwork. You know, I'm into Egyptian things. I'm into this thing. I'm into that thing. So, you know, I see cards, you know, from if you've watched any of my other videos on here, I've bought new cards recently. I love them because they are part of my foundation. You know, they hold that energy for me. But no cards for me. Maybe it's because I learnt them so deeply, I don't know. But when I give a reading with these, I don't have to work at it. It's so natural. It just flows. Because there's such a deep connection. And I love the fact that you can, you know, you can take a card and just take that one, because that one's speaking. Oh, we got the drum. Yeah, rhythm and internal timing, exactly. And we're picking animal to go with that. So what animal would be helping me at the moment with my internal rhythm and timing, and you know, my internal rhythm and timing? It was time for me to do this little series on YouTube about my tools of self-discovery and how I got to know more. And I certainly don't know myself completely, but you know, I certainly know I certainly know myself a lot more than I did, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Oh my good God. Oh, and we've got little mouse. So we put them together. We've got 32. That's another thing. I'd look at the numerology, because again, that was a foundational practice of me doing numerology. I often see the numbers in something, and I hated maths. I used to cry before I went into a maths lesson. I hate it with a passion. I still hate it. My husband tries if I'm like, I want to know a length of something, or you know, something, and he'll give me, oh, I can't, I just, my head already, it goes, I shut off. It's like a big wall comes up, it's maths, I'm not doing it. But I didn't have that with numerology, which is really strange because it's numbers. But yeah, so I'd put the numbers together and I'd go, oh, that's a 5, drum, internal, timing. They'd change, yeah, because, you know, the drum changes vibrations and energy, and the rhythm of things changes and moves. It's a moving thing, you know. That's a real rado energy. It's that movement. The chariot in the tarot, it's there's a movement, there's a rhythm, there's a, you know. And we've got little mouse, and mouse is about scrutinizing, it's looking at the details. So if we put it together for these little videos, like I said, then the mouse came to is there for me to look at the details. Let's look at my details of how I got here, you know, my journey, rhythm and timing, my cycles, my movement, my growth. It's all the same. And you know, if mouse came up for, say you were buying a new house, mouse might come up, scrutinize your paperwork, look at every little detail, because that, you know, you don't want to miss something. So you know, oh, they go together lovely. If when I pulled out drum, I certainly didn't think about mouse. It wasn't an animal that came to mind. But I've never pulled 2 cards and gone, well, they don't work. That doesn't make sense. I mean, sometimes you know, I'd struggle more. And when I struggled more, I'd always go to the workbook, because I found that if I went to the workbook, certainly she's got in here attributes and gives you like keywords. So I've just picked 24 council-fired decisions, and I've got attributes: decision, the first step to action; ending indecision or confusion; coming to terms with truth; taking charge of your life; desiring a solution; honouring your right to be. Then you've got challenges: deciding to risk movement; taking a chance; being willing to accept resolutions; meeting opportunity; letting go of turmoil; not giving in to doubt or the what ifs. And then she gives you the individual applications. And you know, because it's a workbook, she's giving you questions. You know, what are my options? List them all. Am I following my heart by making this decision, or am I doing it out of duty? Will this decision continue to make me happy in the future? Do I need to rid myself of the fear of change or failure? So, you know, you can really go through, and it's not like just picking a card and having a keyword. And I mean, other decks do this, absolutely. These just made sense. These fitted with my soul energy. They yeah, that's really, I can't give you it in actual words, a lot of it, because when you do this deeper work, the shadow work and the going into to reclaim yourself, to know the real you, the depths of you, the layers of you, all of that, you it's not head, so it's not a mental activity. It's a bit psychological. It's wholly spiritual. It's definitely got some emotional stuff, but it's beyond. You're moving from the knowledge into the wisdom sphere. You're in the liminal space between that, and you can't put that into words. There probably aren't words anyway to do that. And I think if you know, I mean, you're watching this channel, you probably work like that. You probably understand this. It's like, you know, when you meditate, you do a really fabulous journey, you come out of it, half the time you forget it because you were in that space. You see colors and you try to explain to people, well, it was blue, but it was beyond blue. It was blue. And the confusion is so funny. You know, I taught spiritual and self-development. I had groups for years, and we'd have circle every Friday, and it became twice a week in the end because it was popular and stuff. And you know, I could see the confusion on people's faces when they were trying to explain a spiritual moment, an opening. You can't put it into words. So this series is going to be fun because a lot of it I'm going to be like waffling as I do, but there's going to be those moments of, because I'm not going to be able to articulate what I'm trying to put over, but I'm just hoping that you are going to pick up on that you are going to feel that energy. I'm hoping so. I mean, I'm sitting here now and I can feel that energy, and spirit want me to discuss this, and they want me to scrutinize and go into it, and just, you know, give you that that journey of mine. That, you know, I mean, maybe this could have been a book, maybe this could be a book, but in this way I can, maybe it's not even going to be a mini series. Maybe it's going to get bigger and longer, and I don't know. I don't know. But at the minute, I'm saying a mini series. I'm going to give you the things. It's not a countdown. It's not 10 things. It's not 20 things. It's not, at the minute, I don't have a list. I'm just going with the flow of it. You know, it's Odin's day today. It's Mercury. It's Odin's come out of retreat now. He's back, you know, from his retreat. Mercury retrograde, and he's in the energy of Largus, and I've found it quite because Largus is this flowing rune, and this energy of this flow, and it's been a bit sort of seasick, and I felt sort of a bit unstable in a way, and just, well, not unstable, no, that's not even the word, unsettled was the word. I used it yesterday, unsettled, and it's that's it with this. It's just gonna flow, and you know, I'm not gonna say next week I'm gonna talk about so and so, or in the next video I'm gonna discuss so and so, and you know, you're just gonna have to, if you want to watch them, just tune in, and you know, if you've liked and subscribed, you'll get the next video anyway. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you enjoy this little series or long series, whatever it's going to be. But yeah, I'm just gonna let spirit take me, and I'm just gonna flow with it. So like I say, I'm not sure what the next one's going to be about, but you know, keep tuned, and come on this little it's a bit of reminiscence for me here. It's, you know, it's that lovely yeah, of it's like I'm being the oracle of my own journey. That's exciting. That's really interesting. You know, my journal is within me, and I can give that out. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy. I hope you get something from it. You know, obviously it's personal, it's my journey, but I am doing this to for you to you know, whether you're a new person to your path, whether you're, you know, someone who's been on it for years, whether you're in the middle. Really, I feel that it stretches all bands of where you are, because you know, you'll get insights and inspirations, or well, that's my hope, but yeah, so love and blessings to you all, and I shall see you in the next one. And there'll be different videos in between anyway of different things. There's a video that will be coming up that is my runic birth wand that I've just finished. So I'm going to do a little video on that, show you guys, and talk to you about it and stuff. And yeah, so love and blessings. Take care. Bye.